Welcome to the Quantum Couch. Steven, JT, Bruce, take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. Welcome to the Quantum Couch. Steven, JT, Bruce, take a seat, take a seat.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Quantum Couch. It is your host, Steven, and with me today, obviously, my two lovely hosts, Bruce and JT. How's it going, fellas? How you guys doing?
I am good.
Bruce, let me steal it from you. Yerp.
Yeah. That is now the slogan of the podcast, if everybody doesn't know. Our lovely Bruce.
That's a New York thing, by the way. That's a very New York-centric thing. It's New York.
Steven and I are now honorary members of New York. So, you know.
That is right.
I don't know about that, man. Don't do that.
Yep. Queens.
That's
We're going to lose a lot of...
Rise up.
Yep, don't do that.
Hey, Little Sicily, what's up?
That's
No,
right.
no.
Wait.
Hey, yo. All right.
Go Knicks.
Hey, yo, chill. That's for real. That's for real right now.
That's right.
Don't
We
fuck
love the
around.
Giants.
Don't
Fuck
fuck
the
around. I like
Jets.
that shit.
Yeah, go Grizzlies.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm with that. Don't. Okay, that's okay. Continue with this.
Now let's get on the episode here. Now that we're honorary members of New York, we're probably top 5 New Yorkers of all time at this point. So
Absolutely. Couldn't even name any like anybody else. Just us three. Like
I pushed Spike Lee on the ground because I already passed him. I'm number 4 right now. So sorry, Spike.
nice.
I know where you
But
fucking
anyway.
live, bro. You better chill the fuck out with that disrespect.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with Spike.
Well, my honorary status might be coming to an end.
You're slowly like going down the totem pole.
Spike Lee's getting his fist ready. He's about to beat my ass. So
Listen, I'm so Brooklyn. I take personal responsibility for Michael Jordan. That Mike.
Oh,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. He's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Originally.
all right. I'm
Okay.
not gonna.
Before we get into it, Steven, when you pushed Spike Lee down, did you do the Reggie Miller, like the
Oh,
the choke?
1000%.
Oh,
It was the
choke?
choke. All yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what? This is fucking traumatizing.
And then you know what I said? I was like, yeah, that's why the Knicks have a drought, right?
Ooh.
Oh my God.
See, that kind of suffering is exactly why people need energy nowadays. And thankfully, we've got the perfect sponsor for that. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Dubby Energy, the clean energy drink that keeps the Quantum Couch running during all of our early morning debates, movie marathons, and comic discussions. And honestly, as someone who's been looking for a clean energy drink for a long time, Dubby has been awesome to discover. It's packed with energy and focus support with no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, no fillers, and no BS. Just clean energy that helps you stay locked in without the crash. So if you want to level up your gaming sessions, podcast binges, or movie nights, use our link in the description and head over to Dubby. Use our promo code TCQ at the checkout to get 10% off your order. Again, that's promo code TCQ for 10% off at Dubby Energy. Support the show and fuel up with something better. And as always, thank you to Dubby for sponsoring the Quantum Couch. Let's get right into the episode.
Welcome to the Quantum Couch. Steven, JT, Bruce, take a seat.
Anyways, looking into the bright side of things, if you could consider it, we're going to go through and play a fun game today. We're going to just play March Madness style. You guys have to work together. I am not going to interfere whatsoever. I'm not going to try to influence how you guys think. The first bracket is going to be picking DC movies. Now, I have accumulated a list of DC movies that are whether very good or very bad. And if they're very bad, I've obviously paired bad ones against each other from animation and live action. So it is now your job to go through and pick out the winner. Play nice.
Okay.
No fights unless you really want to. Because the real New Yorker, JT, is going to let us know how it gets done. So, with that being said, sorry, Bruce. For our listeners, Bruce just gave me a really scary look. But to go through and kick it off, do you guys have any questions for me before the game officially starts?
I do one question. We're not
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna present us with our options, and we just got to choose from, right?
Yep, we're gonna go through, and you guys have to choose from them until we get to
Okay.
the final two.
Okay.
For the final two, it'll be a little bit different than this one wins. This is the one where you're gonna have to go through and try to persuade the other host, your teammate,
Mhm.
why it should win. So
Hmm.
Okay.
that's how it's gonna come down.
And these are just movies. They're not like the episodes or no shit like that.
Oh,
Just
not
the
at all.
movie.
These are just the movies. Yep,
Okay.
just the movies.
Okay.
All right, then we're good. Then we're good.
I was hopefully you're not gonna. I was hoping that you weren't gonna say like, yeah, going up against, the Man of Steel is Peacemaker season 2 episode 5. that
Right,
wasn't me.
That's a
We're
fucking.
like, now I gotta remember what happened.
I would not do that for you guys. No, there's no way I'm gonna make you guys do your homework like that.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do it. Let's
With
do
that
it.
being said, we'll go through and jump right in. This is the official Quantum Couch DC movie bracket. I will go through and post a graphic of the bracket once it's all said and done on all of our socials, just so the fans can go through and make fun of you guys or, agree with you guys.
Wait. Before you start, all right, Bruce, ready? On three. New York on three. 1, 2, 3. New York.
Steven, just go ahead. You're
New
gonna
York!
edit. You're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna do post editing on that shit.
Yeah, I already have a clip of Bruce saying New York, so I'll just slide it right there. No worries.
Yeah. Just whoop.
You guys might
Power
not
of
see it, but
editing.
I'm holding up a very long middle finger.
This is for Brooklyn. Let's get down to the list.
Brooklyn, we did it.
We have Zack Snyder's Justice League or
Woo.
Superman 2025.
Easy.
Wait a minute. One question though. Is it the extended cut?
Yeah, this is Zack Snyder's version. This is not the Justice League. So this is going to be that good 3.5, 4 hour long cut.
Bruce, I've got an easy answer for you, my friend. But I'll let you try to sway me if you want.
No, I want to hear yours.
It's
I wanna hear your
Superman.
answer.
It's Superman. It's easily Superman.
I know you said easily, but what dissuades you from picking Zack Snyder's over Superman?
There was no legit reason for it to be black and white. There was no legit reason
Mm.
for it to be a different aspect ratio. It wasn't in the theaters, so why have an aspect ratio on your TV screen? The stuff that was quote unquote added did not make sense. I get why they wanted to release his version, but we've already had the version. I've already seen the movie. This did nothing for me. Now, this is all my opinion, so it is. This is what I think, but I could care less about Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just didn't. I didn't find the appeal in it. Yeah, sure, it was a little bit longer. It had a little bit more, added scenes and stuff, but it didn't do anything to the future of DC. It was the fans bickering and arguing and yelling like little babies about wanting this cut because Zack Snyder was out there posting about it and saying, "I have my version. Y'all should see my version. My version was better." And then they were like, "Give us his version." And then because of that whole Snyder version, now every movie that is quote unquote bad, everybody's like, "Give us the director version. Give us this version. Give us this version." It's like not every movie deserves to have that cut of the movie.
So I don't disagree with you. I just wanted to know your mindset on choosing it because all your points for me, even though their opinion, are valid, right? I agree with you on that. I think I never watched the black and white because I was like, what the fuck is that point? And I agree with you. I did watch it and I thought to myself, I don't really, all the parts that would have mattered don't matter no more anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that it ended the way it did. And I'm like, I'm not sold anymore. I'm good.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I can't disagree with you. I just wanted to know perspective on it for
Yeah,
those
yeah.
who do disagree with us on that. But I agree with you 100%. Your point is my point. This is an easy win for Superman. Both you and I agree. And that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard because Superman is it's up there already.
I have my issues with Superman.
There's a couple of
but
things.
but over I would pick it Like I would watch that over Zack Snyder's Superman or Zack Snyder's
Yeah.
Justice League all
By
day.
no means is it a perfect movie. However, it's near. And also to consider that that's the flagship to that franchise,
Hmm.
that's a beautiful beginning. That
Yeah.
just leaves room for other shit that he can do later. So I'm
It
with you on
it
that. I
it's
like
crazy. It's crazy. And Steven, you did a good job at. I don't know if you just if you thought about this or not, but you did a good job at saying, hey, the new DCU versus
it. Yeah.
the end of the old. And it's like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd rather invest and take my money into the new than put it in the
Mhm.
old. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Let that other shit die off. Fuck it. I'm good. You
Okay.
know what left me the worst taste was the fucking Flash. And that really did it for me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now you have this ending, which would have been a proponent for the Flash to be the major character in it. And why? Well, fuck that
Hmm.
shit. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flashpoint would have been dope if we wouldn't have had what we had delivered on it. So that I was sold on Flashpoint. You give me that, I'm fucking here for it. I love it. And I love the
Mhm.
CW Flash for that reason. They did great with that. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, no, fair. I will say I'm not even gonna make any counter argument. I'm just gonna give a little quick insight. My favorite thing about Zack Snyder's Justice League was the ending. It was the nightmare dream sequence. That is
It
Hmm.
was
just such
beautiful.
a cool concept. It is so dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm personally a huge fan of that movie. Obviously, everyone has their own opinions on what they thought of it. I'm a huge fan of stuff in black and white, especially when we got Spider Noir coming up, because that's how I'm gonna watch it first is
That's
black and white.
different. That's
Yeah.
different. I'm
And
watching that shit.
it is different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
gotta say for it.
Well, it's in the
Yeah.
name. It's noir. Noir means black, so it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like for me, that has an era that is supposed to be black and white in. Whereas like Zack Snyder's black and white fucking Justice League extended cut, that didn't make no sense to me. This
Right.
actually feels like it should be black and white.
I'm glad that nobody nobody touched upon the aspect ratio because that was just the dumbest thing.
I didn't care for
I
the
was
aspect ratio
I
stuff.
turned I like I turned I pressed play when it came out and I was like going to my settings and trying to see if I could change it. I was like,
Like
why?
do it. Yeah,
Yeah, and I
I
was
was
like, oh
fucked up
no,
like
this is
that
the
too.
actual movie. Like this is actually
Yeah,
how I'm watching this for four
yeah,
hours. Nah, get out of here. I can't do it.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, what
So yeah,
else you got, Steven? What's your next? Man gets
that's
that.
a 4-0 sweep. 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, the second bracket now that we have, or the second matchup here, we have the fantastic 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman film
Mm,
against Matt Reeves' The Batman.
Ooh, okay. Now we're getting into
mm.
it. Now
You're a
we're
dick
getting
for
into it.
that.
Now
Oh
we're
yeah,
getting into it.
I have meticulously crafted these rounds just for this case.
Hold on, JT. You realize I'm getting stomped on because of your shit that you did to him and I last time. He's taking it out on me. This is a bullshit, Steven.
Yeah, yeah. This is a tough one. I
Let's unpack this though. Let's unpack it because I think this one needs some unpacking. Of all of them, this definitely needs it because I
hmm
loved Christopher Reeve's Superman. One, it was the Superman I grew up on. Like specifically, it was my Superman.
Yeah.
And Christopher Reeves being Superman was amazing because if you know that his father played Superman in the TV show. So it kind of brought in this legacy on the
hmm
back end of things. And the filming and the fuzziness that they bring to it gives it a dream sequence of like this haziness and his bumbling and goofiness. I mean, it was he didn't need what the new Superman did, which is the fucking forget me, the goggles, the glasses that convince you that
Yeah.
he's Clark Kent, because he played the character that was so ridiculous and so convincingly dumb that you could not perceive him to be this bigger than life superhero. It just was impossible. And to think that it worked out so great, they gave us several other movies afterwards, including a spin-off with Superwoman, right? So I just think at the end of the day, you had, I think it was 3 with Gene Hackman, right? Or no, wait a minute. Was it Gene Hackman in 1 and 2 as well? I can't remember. That shit is just way old for me
I think
now.
one.
And you had Richard Pryor, I think, was in 3. So I mean, like,
Mhm.
it. Anyways, yeah. So damn. And I
That's
love
tough.
the Batman. I love the
Yeah.
Batman. And I have hopes for this Batman on levels because
One person I'm surprised you didn't bring up, Bruce, is Marlon Brando in the original Superman.
no,
I
no,
mean,
as the dad, 100%, 100%. That's not a forgettable moment. It's just hard for me to unpack. When
Yeah.
mm,
and I'm thinking about what JT told us pre-production about the announcements, with the gifts coming out over this past week, and it makes me think of what your last statement was, JT, about investing in the future here. And I think about how dope this franchise is gonna be, man, and how I don't mind that it's in an elsewhere world, and I'm glad it stays there. Don't bring it into the greater DCU. Don't or the DCU. Don't bring it there. I don't need that to be there. I think that's perfect where it is. Give us a whole different other storyline. That's how comic books work, by the way, people. I don't know if you know that. That's okay for movies as well. So I don't, man. What I'm on the fence right now, JT. If you could persuade me one way or another, I appreciate it. Where you going?
Yeah, it is really tough. And I'm also on the fence as well because while I don't want to contradict myself because I would rather take the future over the past. But
Hmm.
nostalgia is a hard-hitting son of a bitch, and
Man,
this movie hits hard, and it is Christopher Reeve is one of the best Superman. I mean, he is one of the
yeah,
best. And while Superman and Batman have been probably the most casted superheroes of all time, I can't say that Robert Pattinson is the best Batman. I can't say that.
okay.
I cannot say that. I
Does
am
it go into play because
slightly.
he's a year 2 Batman?
It's just going into I can't see Robert Pattinson as Batman. I just don't. I like him as Batman. Let me get that straight. I like him as Batman. I think the Batman did a fantastic job. I liked the movie. As a character, I cannot see him as the Batman. Like when he was casted, that was one of where I was like, let's rethink this, please.
what does
Mhm.
it though? Is it the not chiseled jaw? What is it? Or do you still see him as the character from Twilight? Like what's doing
Right.
it?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring just real quickly. I know we're talking DC. When you talk about the Spider-Man like casting,
Mm,
what does everyone say about like Tom, Toby, and Andrew? He's a better this and not a good that.
yeah,
That's Robert
okay,
Pattinson to me.
yeah.
This is Robert Pattinson to me. Robert Pattinson is a good Batman, not a good
He's not the best.
Bruce Wayne,
Fine.
not a good Bruce
Totally
Wayne.
different Bruce Wayne we have gotten on scene before because he's not a playboy like the other ones.
Exactly. Not I just and that's my opinion. Okay?
Mhm.
So like if anybody in the comments is getting, rage baited, that's
No, no, no. It's not for them. This conversation is for them to hear and they can add their comments, but this is our opinions. Now, here's
yeah.
what I want to ask then as a follow up, and I know we can move to the next bracket, but then who, since this is a DC episode,
Mhm.
who would you say is your favorite then?
Ooh.
Oh, I got
I know
mine.
we
That's
having an
easy.
ADHD moment, but this is a
So easy.
fucking great moment to ask that question.
Can I jump in and just on mine?
Yeah, yeah, it might be
Yeah,
might be
yeah, yeah.
mine. Might be mine.
Michael Keaton.
That's not
You know
mine.
what? You know what?
And I grew up with him, but
And you know what, Steven? As shitty, and I will say this right here, right now, on this episode, if you put the Flash in this bracket, it is losing automatically. Don't even finish the sentence. But, but, but,
mm,
what the Flash did good is it did bring Michael Keaton, which I also believe
yeah.
is the best Batman.
Okay, I have a counterpoint to that, and while I respect and honestly that Batman is my Batman, and I saw it in the theater, '89. I was front line there watching it with my brother Jay. So you would think he's my favorite. In fact, me and my brother Jay, we argue this point all the time because that happens to be his favorite. But I
Mm.
feel like I love Christian Bale's
Whoa.
Batman a little bit more, and maybe it's because we got so much more from it, and we
Mm.
developed technology with it. There was a understanding of how he got to where he was at, not just sprung into it. There was more of a fleshed out storyline. So maybe it's not Christian Bale as much as it is the movies, I would say, and the scripting of it and the filming of it. So maybe I have to think about that a little bit longer. I do love, and this is by no means to take it away from Batman '89. I do love that Batman iteration. I still don't. Keaton is definitely dope, man. He did so. Like, all right, to bring it back to Superman, right? Just to make it full circle. Corn Sweat is doing his best impression of Christopher Reeves, right? That's how we know how much of a legacy that was. But Christian Bale is not doing an imitation of Keaton. He's bringing his own shit to it. And that's why I think it's important. The casting is different to present a different, with respect, identity to Batman that we hadn't seen before, unlike
Mhm.
Superman. And so for that, I would say Christian Bale does it for me. Not by very much, people, but by a little bit more.
Okay.
So that's my
Okay.
argument.
I gotta go Superman.
I'm going Superman with him.
Alrighty, Superman
I'm going
1978 takes that win.
Now
To
I will
go
say
through it,
before we move on, there may not be a lot of nostalgia picks, but this one
this hard.
nostalgia wins.
Yeah. And notice I didn't pick Keaton's because of nostalgia,
Right.
but I will
Right.
definitely recant on that for Reeves all day.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Keaton for me is
All
not
day.
more of like a
All day.
nostalgia thing because I didn't grow up with Keaton as my Batman. Uh, like I
Yeah.
grew up with the animated series Batman, which Kevin Conroy is the greatest, probably Batman of all time. There, if we're
Well,
being honest, when it
well
comes down
that
to the voice and
yes.
really the tone and the stature of the character. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, I mean, I just loved Keaton's suit. I thought he was just super cool. But because we have a show to run, we'll jump to the next
Animated
matchup.
Batman. Hold on, real quick, just to point out what you were talking about. The animated Batman is really the one emphasis on the voice change, right? Between the two characters, right? Bruce Wayne and Batman. I think
Yeah,
that was the emphasis or the antithesis of that change. So, because Adam West did not do that as Batman, I don't even think Keaton did that as Batman until probably maybe the second one, but and not even that well. It was really the Batman animated series that brought that into play, like the
Mm-hmm.
two
right.
different vocal changes. So yeah, yeah. But go ahead. My bad.
Perfect. Oh no, you're all good. Right before we go, my last take with that here is Christian Bale's a great Batman, but the I'm not wearing hockey pads. The voice is terrible. He has the worst Batman voice on the planet. Our next matchup here is gonna go to some different heroes. We have Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, against Shazam.
Well, this is easy
Oh.
for me. This
Oh.
one's easy.
This is a tough one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're talking about the first for the first, right?
Yep. So it's Gal Gadot's
First
first movie
Shazam.
against Zachary
Oh.
Levi's first Shazam.
No, then all
Yeah.
right. Then that
It's
changes
easy.
my
It's easy. It's easy for me
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
What'd you guys pick?
What do you got?
Should we say it on three?
All right, let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Wonder Woman.
Shazam.
Oh.
Talk it out.
Whoa. Wow.
Well, okay. So here's my thinking. And it's a very close. It's not, to be fair, they're both really amazing movies. I love them all.
Mhm.
Shazam, though, and maybe this is a nostalgic reason for me. I Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, Shazam, I grew up with Shazam. He was one of my favorite characters as a kid, as Captain Marvel, the original, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I remember in my elementary school, the principal's office, no doubt, the principal's office had Shazam painted on the wall. And not just him, the entire family, including the dog. and life-size characters across the room. So you would see Shazam whenever you would go into the principal's office, and I spent a lot of time in there. So, so for me, Shazam had like a very deep and resonant feeling. So when Shazam the movie came out, and bear in mind, I had been waiting for a Shazam movie for years at this point. I was quite impressed that they picked Billy Batson and the actor they got. He was a great Billy Batson. I love the family aspect. I really did like the struggle of a kid who was trying to find his way and got to a family and they loved him. But now on the other side, Gal Gadot is so fucking hot.
That
I'm gonna
should
say
not
this.
be
She is
a reason
so
that Wonder Woman's
hot.
a good movie. That's crazy.
Oh my god, she's so hot, dude.
Crazy.
I watched that movie like 10 times just fawning over her. I was like,
That is not a good reason for moving.
she
Our
is
credibility just
amazing.
shot way
God.
down. Everyone who's listening was like,
I'm
hey, these guys are making
sorry.
good points. They're like, well, never mind.
Well, yeah,
She's
here's where
so
they come
hot.
off.
So
Listen,
funny.
I'm not saying anything y'all motherfuckers haven't even thought of yourselves. Fuck you
That
too
wouldn't
if
be a
you
reason for me
don't.
to pick that movie.
I love the homage. The original Wonder Woman, right? Because we do see Linda Blair later.
Linda
And
Carter.
I do like that. They played into it. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Linda Carter. Linda Blair is actually the Bionic Woman, same era. But I do love that they do that, right? And I love the aesthetics. I love how they gave props to like the Amazon and the Amazonian women, and they did all of that. I do like that, but I still think the warm and fuzzies I get from Shazam is what got me convinced. So that's my argument there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Very
I
close.
think. I
Now,
think for
two
me,
for two, forget it. I'm going Wonder Woman. 2 for 2, I'm going Wonder Woman.
mm,
But that's
for
my
me, it's
Both sequels are terrible.
it's kind of crazy because both first movies are good, and the second movies are just like very
crap.
forgettable. Um, I it's really tough because like again, I didn't really care for Shazam growing up. I was just like, all right, cool. He's a kid who can say Shazam and he gets powers. Like, all right, like I was kind of jealous of him. So like my hatred of not hatred, but like I was just like,
Just
all right,
like,
that's cool.
yeah,
Like whatever. Like cool. You do you. To the first one to me, while it is a good movie, it still felt a little kiddish. It still felt like and maybe I just couldn't get behind like the story as much,
yeah.
and like I just don't like I don't know. But Wonder Woman, like we still got like that was after Justice League, right? Like when
Yeah.
her movie came out, or
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that
I think so.
so? Like
I
we get
believe
the
so, yeah.
yeah. I mean, like we still get that.
Wait, no, I think it
You
was
know,
before. I could be
yeah. I
wrong.
can't exactly remember,
The
but like
timeline for
the
those movies are just a blur.
yeah, don't even worry about it. So I think for me, I just resonate and remember Wonder Woman a lot more than I did Shazam.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
interesting because
Shazam.
they both came out in 2017, just to fact check that. So it's hard to say. That's probably why you didn't really. It's hard to say. They both was 2017,
Yeah,
so they played,
yeah.
yeah, close. So
I just like the. I think Chris Pine did a great job as well.
yeah,
Gal Gadot, obviously,
improv.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I like the movie because she's hot.
Hey, yo,
Right.
but and I'm also not gonna say she's the best actress. Um, give
nah.
me the stone. Give me the yeah,
Kal-El,
I can't.
no.
Cal L. No, like I can't say she's the best actress, but what I can tell
That's why I
you
thought she was hot.
is that okay? What I can tell you is that the movie itself brought in a new era of like women into superheroes, and it brought
Mhm.
that like
Yeah,
empowerment. And while Shazam probably brought in a new era of kids liking superheroes,
yeah,
I still think Wonder Woman was more empowering than the other one, and I
More
felt that
mature.
like yeah, I felt that in in the movie. But I'm not saying that it's like you know one is way better than the other. They're both good, and it's a very tough choice. So I wouldn't be mine at either one of these moving on because here's my thing.
Yeah.
Depending on who it's going up against in the next bracket, it probably will lose.
I agree with that. That's a
That's what
statement worth getting behind. Either one of them. Yeah, agreed.
until Steven's now thinking in his mind, he's like, ha ha ha, you liar. Like
Yeah, just
yeah,
wait.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm honestly I'm okay with picking Shazam if you want to go Shazam.
Yeah. And it's just by a nudge, man. Really, to be honest.
Yeah. It's
Alrighty.
I mean, you see Wonder Woman at the end of it, anyways, right? Let's be honest. So,
yeah. So
Yeah. Well, we
yeah.
we have still another half of the bracket left. We probably don't want to get too off topic, or off track when debating these movies because the second round and the third rounds are only going to
Yeah.
get more difficult. The
Okay.
second matchup or the fourth
Okay.
matchup that we have here is James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, against Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises.
hmm.
Damn, bro. We did get tough.
Can you say this one more time, just so
Yep.
so my brain can process what you just said?
James
Yeah.
Gunn's Suicide Squad, Christopher
Okay.
Nolan's Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Whew.
my
James
see
Gunn's.
my dog is even going crazy with those
Yeah.
with those.
That's a. Yeah. James Gunn's Suicide Squad kind of really brought us an understanding of where we are right now with the DCU, right? And that's what makes it hard. That's the first time we actually see the possibility of a James Gunn's DCU. Ah, man,
Okay.
I don't know, bro. Damn, it's just tough, man.
I mean, it is tough. It is tough. I have, I have a reasoning behind not picking
I'm
Suicide
with
Squad.
you. Go ahead.
While I like it,
Yeah.
it has a actor in here that I absolutely despise. It has an actor in here that when his character dies, my entire theater clapped because everyone despises this person. Um, and I don't even want to say his name, but if you know, you know. Um, uh, I also just think Dark Knight Rises is just so dope. I
Mhm.
It
mean,
is, man.
it's just sometimes you can get away with James Gunn's style of goofy, haha, funny, and while I think this one was 10 times better than the other Suicide Squad that we got,
One hundred
um,
percent, man.
I I also this may be a hot take, and I'm here for it. I also don't like the fact that when James Gunn took over, he retconned his own movie into being quote unquote canon. Nah, bro, just start new. Start new. I don't care if like because now you're getting into the Marvel aspect of things. It's like what's canon, what's not, what's in the timeline, what's not, what's this, what's that. Because when Superman came out and when Creature Commandos came out, it's like well, was this the same Rick Flag as in that one? Was it? Wait,
Um,
hold on. What are we doing? Just start over, bro.
on
Just start
Peacemaker,
new.
yeah,
Just
season
start
2, yeah,
over.
it's
Yeah,
kind of weird.
just
Yeah,
start over. Just say this is the movie to start with, and bada bing, you're moving on. Because you have Elseworlds. Don't get us more confused. Don't don't do that because you're gonna lose fans. You're gonna lose fans. So to me, I'm picking, and again by a very slight margin, I'm picking Dark Knight Rises just because it's so good.
it's
Are you leaning that way, Bruce?
I
Hmm. Hmm. I
here's
I
my problem with this one, man.
super
I
quotable. I can quote that movie all day. What you
I
got?
really did. His
I was
okay.
raised in it.
I really loved all of that. I loved it. People didn't like that. I loved that. I
So what are you
like their
thinking?
casting for Bane. I like that they alluded to having a Robin ready to go.
That
I
to me,
loved it.
that
I
was like
love
the
the
disappointing
barking.
part in the movie.
I will say, yeah. Yeah. I
I love.
It's like I'm glad this is
I
a
was
trilogy where
excited
you're
to
ending
see what
everything and
happened.
you're gonna tease this character. Nice.
yeah. This is can I, before while you're thinking, Bruce, real quick.
Yeah.
Can I also say that The Dark Knight Rises, to Steven's point, was the last movie in a trilogy. The Suicide Squad was almost like a remake of the other one,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? We
Yeah.
sometimes movies don't actually, if it's that bad, they don't even make a remake. But they did because James Gunn was in charge and he wanted to make, his
A
version
better
of the
one.
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. So does that discredit it because it is a remake of one that was bad? I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying that's a valid question in my opinion because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't see this person, like this interdirector here, The Dark Knight Rises. It's Christopher Nolan, through and through. Like
Yeah.
and it's a trilogy. It's the final one. You got Catwoman, Anne Hathaway. Um,
You know what?
Tom.
I'm all right. We went with Shazam last time on a tight margin. We're gonna
Okay.
go with Dark Knight Rises on this one.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
ride this one with you because it's such a slim margin, man, that it could have gone either way, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I really
Well,
did enjoy the Suicide Squad. I loved every minute of it, watching it in the theater. I was so geeked. But all right, I'm good. I'm good. We're going
that's
with that.
fair.
Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
The next matchup we have here is Man of Steel against probably its closest brother here is Batman versus Superman.
I've got an easy one. Easy one. This is pretty easy for me. I'm not gonna lie, Steven.
Drop it.
Okay, where you got?
I did
Yeah.
not like Batman versus Superman. Did not like it. Just I maybe it's a hot take. I did not like the clunky old Batman suit.
Oh,
I
You're
dude, you don't
not
like the
alone
armor?
on
Nah,
it.
dude.
Nah,
Oh,
It's
I
I
loved
didn't
too
it.
like it
it's
either.
it's too mechy. It's too mechy. If you're gonna do
Just like
that,
the
bring out a whole
comics.
ass Gundam.
It's
Bring
so
out a whole
good.
ass Gundam if you're gonna do that.
You
I
want to
just
know something else?
it also just looked weird. It just was like his face was too fat. Like I don't know. It was weird.
How about this? I wasn't a fan of Battlefleck.
Yeah. I also yeah. I mean, I don't know. Ben Affleck's a great
He's a
actor,
great
but
actor, but I didn't care for him as Batman. I never even liked it when they announced it originally. I was like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't feel it. He's too round and soft. Like they needed a more chiseled, structured Batman at that time, and they got that guy. And to make
Oh, I
up
feel
for it, they
like
put him in this clunky armor, and it's like, no, that doesn't do it for me. And
looks
let's be
wise,
honest, they didn't answer the question that if Batman had preparation, could he beat Superman?
yeah, but I feel
They
like the
didn't
whole
answer
prep
that.
time argument is it's so ran through where I don't even
But
need
that's
it.
what I'm
Like
saying.
they could give
No, and that's the thing. You're right. I think it's one of the worst. I don't even care for that argument. But here's the thing: if we had to look at it any other way, it would be with that argument, right? Because that's their way of trying to answer that argument. And I'm like,
maybe, yeah.
nah,
mm-hmm.
didn't
I
do it for me.
personally think
Didn't
that
sell
Ben
it.
Affleck is the most physically imposing and intimidating Batman. Like he is huge, he's bulky. I think his stature makes him scary. Like I personally like. I don't like that his Batman kills. I believe that is a foundation of a character that just cannot change. Uh, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, I did like the stuff that he did. I will say the only thing I did not
Guess
like with his
what?
character was when he had goggles on driving the Batmobile.
That was
Didn't like
stupid
it.
looking. And hey, guess what, Steven? You're not included in this shit, so shut up. It's me,
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not.
JT.
I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. I just wanted to go through and give
Oh,
mine on what I thought of. stuff.
Nope. Nope. You swayed me.
nope.
Incorrect.
I
I swayed
swayed.
you.
I swayed.
No. I'm with you
No,
on this one, JT. You and I, we're aligned on this one as well. I think
Yep.
this is a fair statement.
So Man of
Only,
Steel's
and
a
it's
winner.
not that I like the Man of Steel. It's just I didn't like Superman versus Batman. So it's the
Yeah.
lesser of two evils. Let's just say that. You know what
Also,
I mean?
okay. Let me also say this. Um, I don't think Wonder Woman should have been in that movie. Like, I know we just talked about her in her own movie. She should not have been in BVS.
Nah.
She should not be in BVS. There's no reason. There was no reason. And
The
then
only
look,
reason why is because Batman alone could not take out Superman. So they had to do something. There was just no.
And
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Anyway.
yeah, and Doomsday. I will also say, while I'm not picking BVS, we had one of the greatest. Martha. It's like, what did you say? It's like, oh God, oh no, like, oh
Right.
no, like that line was just alone should have, yeah. I know that people have that I've actually seen and people have shown me the extended version of the warehouse fight with Batman, and yeah, it's sick. It looks awesome, but it's not in the original movie. And so if we're going off original movies and movies that are given, I gotta go. Yeah, I can't go.
Yeah.
I go Man of Steel. Man of Steel was just, again, I have issues with Man of Steel as well, but I think I thought it was way better than BVS. Honestly, I mean the one issue that I had with Superman or Man of Steel is when the dad, when Pa Kent looking at the tornado, looked over at Superman and just went. I'm like, what is that?
So bad. When you hit me with
Which
this,
wait,
I'm
what
done.
are you doing?
Pa Kent was what's my man's name? The actor
I don't remember.
from the
I'm blanking on
Bodyguard.
his name. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, that whole thing and like
Can't think of his name right now.
having Zod in there was dope. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought,
I like where they were going, but I don't know. Anyways, he was too stoic. He didn't feel, he was depressing. He was like the sad version of Superman for me. And I was like, I am glad we moved away from that. All right, out of all of this, I am glad with the DCU we have. Let's just say that.
yeah.
With all that's past us were great moments in time to bring us to where we are, where we're gonna get so much better out of it. I'll just say that as a caveat to that.
It's Kevin Costner, by the way.
So
Kevin Costner.
Man of
Kevin
Steel's the
Costner.
winner. I'm assuming.
C.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Correct.
The next matchup here that I have, this one I had a lot of fun doing and kind of pairing this one. This is kind of like the battle of how campy it is, but they're also both
Oh, no.
very good movies in their own right. We have Batman 89 against the Lego Batman movie.
Mhm.
Easy one for me.
I'm going 89.
Lego Batman all day.
Nah, I'm 89. But 89, again, we're talking nostalgia again, right? Like that's how we started that conversation.
Yeah.
I loved the traumatic ending of Jack Napier, Joker, Jack Nicholson falling to his death, and then the laugh. I mean, it was beautiful. Prince did the soundtrack. I mean, Tim Burton. I mean,
Okay, I think you swayed me. I will watch the Lego Batman on any day. Like, it is a great animated
that
Lego
fucking
film.
car, that car.
Yeah.
And then they did it in Lego Batman. The
Yeah.
car
Yeah,
is iconic. The car is
okay.
iconic.
I'm switching my view. I redact my statement. I'm gonna go 89.
Yeah.
All right, Batman
I'm gonna go
89
89.
wins that one.
Wait. Who was Vicky Vale in that too? She was so hot at the time, man.
Again,
Well,
that doesn't count.
that's
We
a
don't
way.
know.
That's
No,
a
no,
way
no,
to go
no,
to
no,
move
no,
on to
no,
the
no.
next
Wait.
one.
No. I don't mean in just her appearance. I mean as an actress. She was blazing at the time. She was actually really coming up through the ranks at the time as an actress. And so they casted her perfectly for Vicky Vale. I thought that was an amazing role for her. So yeah, not just an appearance. I don't mean that. I mean like just the fact that they casted her, and she's we know Keaton more than we know her, but we have to stop and give her her props, her flowers. She was amazing, man.
Kim
For sure.
Basinger.
Kim Basinger, yeah, she
Basinger,
was
yeah.
amazing, yeah. So for me, I think yeah, there's no argument there.
Okay.
That's fine.
No argument there.
The next matchup here is it could be easy. I personally have had difficulties with it. But we have Black Adam against Blue Beetle.
Oh,
No,
easy.
I know my answer. Blue Beetle all day.
Blue Beetle all day,
Yeah,
every day.
all
I'm sorry,
day.
the hierarchy did not change
Amazing.
whatsoever.
No.
Didn't even budge. Didn't even move. They reintroduced Henry Cavill as Superman and then said, "Yeah, no, thank you." And then
Yeah.
James Gunn and Peter Safran said, "No, sorry."
Yeah.
Like,
And
as
that
much
was a
as
pandemic movie, by the way, and it
Yeah.
still felt like it wasn't a pandemic movie to me. I think what
Yeah.
it did to box offices failed because of the pandemic, but the fact that that movie looked so incredibly beautiful, the visual, the family, the acting, and to me particularly being Latino, that felt seen. I felt seen. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I love this.
Yep.
And believe it or not, even though it wasn't Miami, living in Miami for like 8 years, it felt like Miami. I was like, wow, they did such a good job by encompassing Miami in this, pretend universe, just like they did with Gotham from New York. I was like, man, I really love this. But yeah. That's my take, Blue
Yeah.
Beetle. I'm with it.
Blue
It's
Beetle.
easy.
Everything else.
That's fair.
Yeah, Blue Beetle, easy.
I will be one of the
In
people
fact, I'm
that
kind of mad that you paired it up with the Black Adam because Black Adam sucked. I'm sorry, I did not
You know
like
what?
Black Adam.
my
Yeah, I've got hold on. I've got questions for this bracket maker over here. Someone
Yeah.
said it's gonna be tough. It might be tough. No, it ain't tough.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah, difficult
brother.
for me
The
because
Rock?
shout out to my best friend Damien. We went to go see Black Adam opening night and we fucking loved it. We thought it was a good time.
Oh,
It was a
man.
lot of great action. It
I'm
has
never
my
letting
favorite.
you make any brackets anymore. You just lost credibility. I said
Hey,
Gal Gadot was hot. We just gonna move past what you said.
yeah. Hey, like we started off here. Everybody has their own opinions. I personally,
Absolutely.
I mean, I really like The Rock.
Yeah.
I've always loved it. I've been a fan of his movies because they're just fun action, and that's what superhero movies are bound to be. And I really loved because they have, like I said, my favorite DC character, Doctor Fate, which I mean, Pierce Brosnan was incredible as Doctor Fate. He had
I
one of the
will
coolest
say
fight
there.
sequences ever. And
Yeah.
Hawkman
Okay.
was
That
great.
that's
Like
the best part.
they
Yeah.
had
I
some
did like
great
Hawk.
characters in
The
there.
characters were good. Yeah, the
Yeah,
characters
the
were good.
characters were good. The
Like if they would
cinematography I
have
thought
built
was fun.
Yeah, if they would have built what is it, what's the offshoot to the Justice League uh that they have with Doctor Fate? What's that offshoot? And I can't remember it for the life of me right now.
Something
But they
similar
have a
like
whole
JLA and
different
all that.
Justice League. Yeah, yeah. If they had that as a spin-off because of Black Adam, I would have given Black Adam more props. Let's just say that.
And we've
Because
said
that
this.
direction is
Yeah.
dope. That
I mean,
direction was dope.
we've said this time and time again on the podcast where if things happen after that movie, it makes that movie so much better.
So much better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Black Adam is example number one. If they would have
Yeah,
continued,
example.
if we would have gotten The Rock, like Black Adam
Yeah.
versus Superman, if we would have continued
Yeah.
with a JLA, if we would have continued, but we can't and we will never will. And for a standalone movie to do all of that, while the characters are awesome, and I loved some of them. Now, I'm not gonna say all of them, but while I loved some of them, everything else just felt. I just wasn't I wasn't vibing with it like I was hoping to. I also am with you, Steven. I love The Rock. Like, I think going back to wrestling days, like, he's always one of my favorite wrestlers. So when he get into Hollywood, I was like, okay, he's got some okay movies on his hand. Got some
Yeah.
good ones, got some okay ones. But I've personally felt like this was The Rock trying to put his stamp on DC and making it his own. And while that's not how that's personally not how comic book movies should work. You should always have a
Right.
team around you. And I did feel like The Rock was like, well, I'm now going to change that by myself. And I'm going to make this movie and I'm going to do this. Because, again, you bring in Henry Cavill that people loved in
Yeah.
the previous Superman. You bring him back and everybody goes crazy. I mean, you remember the freaking post credit scene? Everybody was going nuts
Yeah.
just for 2 weeks later for them
Mhm.
to announce that he's not returning after he made a
Right.
personal message saying he is returning. Like the way that was done just felt
It
so
was handled
dirty. It
terribly.
just felt it was yeah, and that puts a bad taste in my mouth personally.
Well, and
Mhm.
I agree with that. And I thought here's the other caveat, and maybe it's not that I don't like The Rock as an actor, because I think of all the wrestlers to actually
Mm.
transform their career successfully, he's set up the blueprint, right? Like, let's be honest. Have there been other great like John Cena and stuff like that as Peacemaker? Amazing. I can't see
The
another
goat
Peacemaker.
Batista.
However, yeah,
Mhm.
but and I love, but that's my guy. Like on a really personal level, I love him. But I think you know he did set it up. Here's my other thing though. When they would when they were marketing the movie, he was kind of a dick. He was like, I'm the new. He was really talking tall shit, if you remember.
Yeah.
He was
The
like, I'm
hierarchy of
the
the DC
new.
universe is about to change.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I'm the fuck super. Like he was like really shitting on it, and I was like,
I
that feels
yeah.
distasteful. It felt unhumble, and I was like, I know, and I think the state of the DCU at the time was so fragile. For him to say shit like that kind of made me want to pivot on it and pivot on him. I was like, I don't like that. I don't really like that
Yeah.
shit. And so maybe
Also,
that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth as well. You know what I mean?
also, I if I'm incorrect, please let me know. But I think that movie was in development hell for so long.
Yeah.
It was,
He was gonna
and
do
he
it
was
since
And
talking shit
2010.
about it a long time.
yeah,
It was a
yeah,
long time of him talking shit about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and
So I
and in all
was
honesty, early on when they announced it, I was on board. I was like, yeah, this should be dope, man. I can see that happening. That's incredible. Because all in all, Black Adam is an amazing character. I really
Mhm.
would have loved to see that tie in with Shazam and have all of that, you know, world building. I mean, again, Doctor Fate and Hawk. It would have been an amazing freaking yeah.
hmm
I but no. All in
Yeah.
all, I did not like it. I did
The
not.
yeah.
one
It
thing that
felt
I
like the Mummy Returns. It felt like the Mummy
yeah.
Returns.
My last point before we'll jump right over to the next matchup immediately. The one thing that I preferred about Black Adam over Shazam was that they had the guts to get Henry Cavill as Superman, whereas in
Mm,
Shazam we just got his chest. So
his
that's
Yeah.
something
chest,
that
man.
that was my gripe.
In a
But you know,
lunchroom scene. Yeah.
yeah, all in all, it's the next matchup, and we don't got to worry about Black Adam because Blue Beetle is obviously the clear definitive winner.
Yeah,
The next
100%.
matchup,
Yeah.
this is going to be a this might be a little difficult actually. I'm not just saying this because I said it last time, but we have the Dark Knight against the Joker.
Ooh.
Two of arguably what could be the best interpretations of this Joker character now go head to head.
Damn. Damn. That's that. Okay, Steven. This is your toughest matchup. This
I think
Yeah,
is
so.
I gotta say, out of all of them, this one definitely has me by
yeah,
my short and curlies, man.
yeah.
I am not a fan of this one, man.
Okay, okay.
Oh
Before
man.
I make my decision, I just want to let you both know and the audience knows I am not taking.
Anything away.
I'm not. Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm not trying to say this because I'm defending one or the other, but I'm not going to add in the loss of Heath Ledger to my viewpoint. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
Mhm.
tragedy. That is an unfortunate thing. That is something that should have never happened, but unfortunately it did. And in this bracket, I'm not going to say I picked this because of this. I can't do that. I can't because the Joker was also really good.
I'm glad that you put a disclaimer there because I equally agree. That's one of the biggest things to that's the hardest thing to do because we gravitate to that right away. Like
Right.
the Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman. It just feels necessary out of
Yeah.
some kind of respect. But I think if we remove that element from it, could
Yeah.
we then make a viable argument for either side? I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
if
like
I'm
we can't mention Joker 2 in reference to that, right? Like it just it feels like it's not necessary. But yeah, yeah, yeah. What's your take? What's your take? Now that we
I
got our disclaimer out the way.
I think I'm like truthfully, I think I'm leaning towards the Joker. Like as I'm sitting here like just like contemplating it, I think I'm leaning towards the Joker as a standalone movie, as a movie that goes up against, The Dark Knight. Yes, it is The Dark Knight is fantastic. I mean, it is one of the best superhero movies
Best.
out there.
One of the best, yeah.
However, the Joker was such a good movie because it did not introduce it was solely on the Joker, and it was on
Yeah.
a different different the Joker wasn't obsessed with Batman in this movie. It was him going through a lot, and that's what I wanted to see. If anybody listens to our other sister podcasts on Past the Silver Screen,
Fast and so screen.
I am more of a person that wants to see like how are we going to look at this character in different ways than what we already know. And so the
Yeah.
mental aspect of the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's character, the
Amazing.
trauma that he goes through, the fake illness that he's been told he has this entire life. Like there was so many layers on top of this one character that it wasn't
Yeah.
just I'm obsessed with Batman. I've got to go make Batman's life a living hell,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna cause Batman to go stir crazy. It's
Yeah.
great. It's great, and it works. It works for the Dark Knight. But the Joker said, "All right, Batman's not in this. We're gonna focus mainly on the Joker." And I've
Mhm.
got to go. I got to go with the Joker.
I'm riding with you on this one as well. And here's my take on that. I think your points are valid. Uh, I like the mental health aspect of it and how encompassed they were around it. I like that they did some sixth sense kind of shit to us too, where we were like, what the fuck is happening? Is it all in his head or is this really happening? All of that played well. I love the casting. Joaquin Phoenix, amazing delivery. I mean, he looks sick, like his
Yeah,
body
yeah,
shaping and all of that. The small giggles, the laughs, the moments on the bus, it felt good. I
yeah,
like the casting of the mom
yeah.
from the actress from American Horror Story, that lady with the weird eye. She's
Hmm.
fucking amazing. I like that they made it about the mom really fucking feeding into his trauma, his mental illness, with a lie that he was possibly the son of Bruce Wayne. I mean, what's Bruce Wayne's
Thomas.
dad's name?
Thomas
Thomas
Wayne. Yeah.
Wayne's son. And I like that they caved into the idea that we all say, well, there's no Batman in this. And he goes to visit the gate and he sees it. He
Hmm.
sees Bruce Wayne as a kid. And so I love that. But here's the other part. Growing up in 1980s New York, early New York, where you see 42nd Street filled with peep shows and not the
Mm.
Disney one that you see now. There was no MTV studios, there was no Planet Hollywood. All of these things were peep shows and debauchery with prostitutes walking the street. That New York is what we called old New York City. For those of us who grew up there and saw that whole
Right, we all
mob
saw it.
ran
Yeah, we over there.
that, yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, that movie instantly brought me back to my childhood and it made me feel like I was connected to it in a way different way. They
Mm.
bullied him, the dude brought him the gun in that locker scene. I loved it, man. Yo, and then let us not forget that they got Zaza Beats.
Yeah, yeah,
I love her, man, as an actress. I loved her in Atlanta. I loved her in Deadpool, and I loved
yeah.
her in Joker. And I have not seen her play a bad role since. And I loved it. I really do. So for me, it's an easy pick. Then I think maybe you would expect it, Steven. But I gotta go with the Joker. I
Yeah,
gotta go with the Joker.
it's not
That's
as easy
fair.
for me because I do think The Dark Knight is fantastic, but if I'm looking at it from what the movie was trying to tell me, I think I got to go Joker.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's nothing. Listen, again, disclaimer: it doesn't take away from Batman. I love that movie. I think it's a visually stunning movie. It's a catalyst movie, meaning we put that where the bar is risen to comparable other comic book movies. I think it has that place there. But I think the Joker is not a comic book movie, and that's the difference. It's a great psychological thriller-esque movie. It's not a comic book movie. If you took the fact that it was a Joker out of it and just said that this is a guy who then has these mental illness that eventually becomes a killer, it would stand alone be a great movie in itself.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that comparison. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a comic book movie to live in its greatness.
Right.
And that's my point. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, Steven.
A good,
That's
good,
fair.
good selection. Not fair. It's not a fair choice between those two.
Well, you
Have
guys
we
have
surprised
officially
you? Have we
completed round one.
Have we surprised you with any of these picks?
We can't do a round 2 and 3.
Yeah.
We're fucking 2 hours in. We'll just
Oh,
have to do rounds 2 and 3 on another episode.
well, here's the thing. That's the first bracket. We're gonna go until we get to the end. We probably just can't go ADHD brain and jump into the metamorphosis of the
Yeah,
movie.
for these next ones, Bruce. Let's just like off the
All right,
top.
give
let's
answers
Just
and
what you're
move.
thinking.
All right,
Just what you're thinking. Yeah.
all right. Bet. Let's speed
For the
round
for
it. Okay.
for the first round, I will say that there is one of those things where I was definitely surprised by a few of them. Like I knew you guys were gonna pick the new Superman. I personally thought you guys would pick the Batman over Superman 1978, but I see your points and I respect it. Uh, I thought the Suicide Squad would take one of the rounds. Also thought Lego Batman movie would take one. Uh, outside of that, I'm not really surprised by anything else. You guys did
Okay.
really good, and your future matchups are only going to be more difficult. So congratulations.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just glad you didn't put the
Uh,
Flash in there.
Yeah.
I was going to. I was going to put it up against Black Adam, but I was like, you know what? You guys wouldn't even want to pick a movie out of the two, so there's no point.
Hey, I would have
I
picked
would have
Black
went Black
Adam.
Adam. I would have went
Easy.
Black Adam
That'd
easy.
been
That one's
crazy.
easy, way easy. Yeah, way easy.
So jumping into round two, here's our bullet rounds because we still have one bracket after this that we're gonna have to just go straight bullet round. We have the first matchup: Superman 2025, Superman 1978.
God damn it.
Have fun, gents. You did this
And
to
I,
yourself.
and I, yeah, I figured this was gonna happen. Okay. Here's my quick take. Superman 2025. If y'all remember in the promo and the lead up to it, they were referencing Superman. You know, the
100%.
they were referencing that again. I don't want to pick nostalgia every time. I gotta lean
It's a hard pick.
I gotta lean Christopher Reeve, Superman.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think again,
All right.
yeah, that one's hard, man. I can't do that one. I'm going Christopher Reeves. Not all
Hey,
day, but
that's fine.
Yeah.
good job for Corn Sweat doing his best impression, though.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun with this actor. So, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
But Christopher
The
Reeves
next
got
round,
it. Hands
round
down.
two, we have we kind of set ourselves up for failure here. We have Shazam versus The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises next.
These Dark Knight Rises. Let's go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Next.
Man of Steel, Batman 89.
89.
89.
Yeah.
Blue
keep
Beetle, The Joker.
The Joker.
The Joker.
Alrighty. So now we have here our semifinals. We have
Oh, no.
Superman 1978, The Dark Knight Rises.
Superman.
Yeah, we'll go with Superman. Yeah. It's
Okay.
that's that gets. Yeah, we're getting.
You know what we're
getting
gonna get to? We're gonna get to 89 and 78, and that's where this shit's gonna end. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. We have Batman 89 against The Joker.
89.
89.
All right, you
89.
guys called it. Your final matchup here: Superman 1978, Batman 89. You guys can feel free to explain what you believe in this one.
Two iconic actors playing iconic roles. Maybe, I would say top 1 and 2 of everyone's favorite actors to play this role.
I already have mine though, but I'll let you go.
I gotta go with Superman.
I'm going equally with Superman, and here's why, right? So when I think about Superman and when did the last Superman come out? I think that was kind of in like 85 or some shit like that. When
The
was,
last, like, Christopher Reeve Superman, or are you talking about like the
yeah,
last? Because there's
yeah.
been a lot of different iterations in between him and what we have now with David Corn
No,
Superman.
Yeah,
Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves.
yeah. Because that, I mean, that movie's just like it's so good. Like they made a
Yeah,
whole documentary special on his version of Superman. Like that's crazy.
right.
His last Superman was 87. And here's why I asked that question.
Oh, is that the Quest for Peace?
Yeah.
That shit was
Here's
terrible.
the
But yeah,
question. No, it was a horrible movie, but here's the thing. I'm only talking about the time frame.
right.
87 to 89 is 2 years. If we would have had Christopher Reeves not been paralyzed, would we have had a crossover event? Would we had Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton at some point playing against each other or together as a Justice League? It's so close to say, right? And
Mhm.
why I say that is because if that's the case, I would say Christopher Reeves is Superman because he led the way. He opened that up. The door for that to make superhero movies came from him. He brought that Batman movie into fruition because everybody saw the success of Superman. And
But
it
would we
made a
be where
lot of fucking money.
would we get Christopher Reeve Superman if we never got undeniably the best Adam West Batman TV series before that?
Mm.
Well, we had Christopher Reeves' father, George Reeves, right? Or whatever his first name was, on the Superman series.
Mhm.
You
It's
might
a
not
lot of things that
remember,
play
but
hand in
that
hand.
shit was that shit was every Sunday morning when I was
Oh,
a
I
kid.
remember that. Yeah, yeah, me
Preschool
too.
Kids,
Trust me,
Superman.
growing up
And
in New
so,
York, I knew that.
yeah, thanks. You're gonna harp on this, all right? Okay.
I love
I
being
can
from
see
New
you're
York. I
your
take
father's
pride.
son right now.
I take pride in being from New
But
York, guys.
But you see my point, though, right? Just to
I do.
sidestep
I
that.
do.
I
I
mean,
do.
honestly, I
1000%.
think Christopher Reeves' Superman is the catalyst for where we are now in any of our superhero movie discussions. I don't think that there's anything that's a precursor to that.
I think that's fair. And I mean, the top two are probably some of my favorite movies. They're top five of my favorite DC movies: 1978 Superman and Batman '89. I personally, I just really like the aesthetic of that matchup as well because they're
Mhm.
both characters that are just so iconic in their own right because of the actor, right?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
absolutely fair. I thought you guys killed it on this list, but
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
through and through, you guys killed it today on the bracket. The only last thing that we really have on this agenda before we wrap everything up is a proper, quick review, quick discussion of what we thought of Punisher One Last Kill.
Well, being from New York,
I'll go first. All right. So, um,
you know what, JT? Yeah, yeah.
no, look, hey, going into it, I first and foremost, if you want to hear a more in-depth review, check out our YouTube page,
Yes.
Quantum Couch. That's where you'll hear all three of our reviews, so you can check that out. But quickly for me, it was everything I wanted plus a little more. Do I wish the runtime was longer? Absolutely. Um, do I hope this leads into something bigger and better for the character of Frank Castle? Yes, absolutely. Um, but overall, for a one shot special presentation, 48, 50 minutes, however long you want to call it, with credits, um, it was what I wanted. I got to see the psyche, the mental psyche, and mental aspect of Frank Castle, which I believe is just the core of who he is. Is it a little redundant that we've seen this character go back and forth on being the Punisher, not being the Punisher, being the Punisher? Yes, I don't care. Have y'all read a comic like Bruce said? It happens all the time. That's perfectly fine with me. Um, this is John Bernthal's baby, and he absolutely killed it with this one.
Yeah, I have the same points to make. I mean, honestly, quickly, Berthol. I can't see any other Punisher. That's how you know somebody was born to do that role. Just like Reeves, just like even Corn Sweat now, right? Like all of these people that we spoke about earlier, they just did that role so well that you can't see a world without them being it. But yeah, I think he did great. His writing on this was phenomenal. His acting on it was incredible. There was a few things like the runtime I felt was a little bit short for a movie as a one shot. Could have been a little bit longer. Give us a little more fleshing out. And there was one CGI screen shot when he falls from the
Oh
balcony
yeah,
onto that truck. It looks
that was rough.
garbage.
Can
It
I? Can
looked,
I don't want to defend it. I don't want to defend it, but the people at Marvel Studios have heard about this and they've heard the
and they're
backlash.
going back.
No, they showed a behind the scenes footage of John Bernthal in the harnesses doing that exact scene.
Then
So
why
is
did they
it
touch it up with
because it was
CGI? They should have
because
left it alone.
Stunt
when
actor.
he hit so he was falling and then they switched it and it was a stunt actor and then they tried to like
Oh, to
redo
mask him,
redo his
but even
face.
then, man, it was
I mean, it was
horribly
rough.
done.
It looked rough. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah,
in my
that's my
first
only gripe, though. That if
but
that's
in
all
my
I'm giving it, well, shit. Well, not
but
well
in
in
my
the
first
runtime, but
watch,
that's excusable too.
I didn't catch it. I only caught it because all the little nitpickers out there wanted to go through and take every single little thing and try to dismantle Marvel, which that happens for every
Yeah,
single movie.
yeah,
Everyone is going around and
yeah,
like making sure that they're
mm,
visual analytics and visual
yeah.
critics and they try to pinpoint. And I'm like, look, did you even see it in the first watch? No,
See,
I like
for me, I did. I saw it, but you know what? I'm not one of those people that pick apart Marvel. That ain't my character. I love the movies, and even that one scene, knowing how much it takes to put into one of these movies, the acting, the CGI, even the length of time, the writing, the rewriting, the reshoots, all of that shit, man. Those are excusable moments. They're not a tarnish to me over the entirety of it all, right? Like I
mhm,
don't diminish I don't be like, oh, I can never watch The Punisher again. It sucks. Don't put it in this lineup. No, no, it's still. I will go back and watch it 1,000 more times, and I have actually watched it a few more times since, and I
yeah,
love it every time I watch it. So it doesn't change the outcome for me. I love it. I just
yeah,
if I had to look at anything that would have been something that I had to point out, just to have something to point out, it would be those things. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like just that. But God, the only question it leaves me with, and then I don't know, Stephen. I know you want to bring your take into it. Is where does it go from here?
yeah.
But yeah,
It's a
that's my
fair
only
point.
question, and we'll only know once we get there. I
Yep.
could we
Mhm.
could we could do a whole episode where we speculate on the future of the Punisher or any of the other MCU characters, but I think we can leave that for another day. But yeah, that's my biggest question leaving this movie. It's like, oh my God, where do we go? But
Yeah,
Steven?
I agree. Ultimately, there's I came out with a lot more questions than answers, and that's not necessarily like a bad thing when it comes down to this
right.
special. Um, as an artist, I always, whenever, even after the posters that I've done and I've made, I will go back and I just I see every glaring issue in my poster, and people will look at it and be like, "Oh, I don't see anything wrong," but I'll see it the second I my eyes get laid on it. So like when I was watching it, I saw the CGI like face that was changed, and I was like, that's a little rough. But at the same time, you got to work with what you got. And it, like
Yeah.
Bruce said, it doesn't take away from the entire special. It's just one of those things where like you catch it or you don't. Like opening night, Avengers Endgame. I remember watching that scene after Portals where it's a huge wide shot of everybody, and you see
Mm,
Captain America still has the full shield. And it's like
mm,
I remember seeing that being
mm.
like, wait, how does he have a full shield? Thanos just broke it.
As
And
you
then the
have
next
it,
scene it's
yeah,
cracked. So like you see all those little things in movies, and
yeah,
you saw in Endgame as
yeah,
well, like when Thor and Steve toss Mjolnir and Stormbreaker over, like they're not even holding
yeah.
anything. You can see the wobble of the weapon in their hand. Like as someone who it just looks really meticulously into the details, I could just see those things, but they don't take away from it. Through and through,
Mhm.
though, Punisher was fantastic. It was brutal. It had great homage to John Wick. You know, obviously the scene with the pen in the shop, I thought was the most brutal kill of the entire episode, or the entire special, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Um, but through and through, going to JT's point, it is one of those things where it does get a little stale when it's this inner conflict of Punisher. Does he be Frank Castle? Does Frank Castle want to be the Punisher anymore? When you're battling that for this long, it's difficult, but the show does a great job at stopping it and going, okay,
Yeah.
from here on out, he is the Punisher. So that's just the line that we're at now. I
Yeah.
The one last thing too, everyone should definitely go watch it. Watch our review on YouTube if you want more in-depth stuff. But if you want a really good Punisher storyline for readers out there, for comic readers, read it and pick up Punisher Max. It is an 18 plus
Oh, that's a
comic,
great one.
but it is a brutal run with, you have Kingpin, you have Bullseye, you have a bunch of these great characters in there. It is very graphic, so be careful. But other than that, it's fantastic.
Love it. Love it. Does anybody else have anything else?
We'll be on Past the Silver Screen. So make sure that if you watch this or listen to this, you're ready for that other one.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got some fun
Sure.
stuff coming up on that.
Check it out.
And we do appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for taking a seat with us on the Quantum Couch and listening to us break down and go over these DC brackets. If you guys agree with us, let us know. If there's things you would change, who would you pick to go through and win? But that'll be it for us. You guys have yourself a great rest of your day and take care.
Welcome to the Quantum Couch. Steven, JT, Bruce, take a seat. Take a seat.